Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 60 and Beyond with Skylark on this Monday, July 6th, 2020. So I do this vlog the first Monday of every month, and it is inspirational for the most part. I talk about ideas and maybe things that I've been doing, things I want to share. And each month I have a different topic, and tonight I'm going to talk about resilience. And just so that you know, anything that I share here is merely my opinion. I am not an authority on any topic, but I like to share with you. So, 60 and Beyond with Skylark, some of the topics are relevant to any age. But I started the vlog for newcomers when I was turning 60 a few years ago, because I noticed a lot of change. It was the beginning of a real shift and into aging, and I wanted to do something that you could relate to, that talks about keeping optimistic, energetic, youthful, hopeful, inspired, all those different things. So it's been a long month. As many of you probably are experiencing, working from home. I have been working from home since March 16th. That seems a long time ago. I mean, when you think about it, it was just the beginning of spring. So it was the entire season of spring, and now we are in beautiful summer, my favorite season. I do love them all, but I really, really love summer. It was a gorgeous month. June, we had some really great weather. So I got out and I took a lot of walks. Really important to keep moving and exercising. I created an exercise. Sorry about that. There might be some background noise. Got my window open because I'm so tired of the air conditioner, and it kind of cooled off a little. We're expecting a storm. But I've been exercising most of my life, in gyms and walking, and I was even jogging at one point, but I don't do that anymore because I don't want to hurt myself. And I don't really like it. I love yoga, and I was in a gym, but now gyms are closed. So since I've been home, to keep my body resilient, I've been exercising. And I'm finally starting to see some change. I'm starting to lose some weight. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited. I stepped on the scale today and I'm down 2 pounds. So let's talk about resilience quickly and what that really means. And of course, we all know the definition: the ability to bounce back, to go with the flow, to change. I actually looked up the literal definition, as I like to do. So, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. And that is certainly what we've been experiencing in the last few months. And then also the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape, like elasticity. So other words that come to mind are flexibility, pliability, suppleness, and so the body being resilient. So when you exercise over the course of many years, as I have, your body, your muscles have memory. So they're resilient. They remember, what these exercises do. So they start to come back pretty quickly. So I've developed this core toning workout that takes 20 minutes, and it's really easy. It's standing at a counter so that you don't fall over, because we all know at this age you can lose a little balance. So you hold on to a counter, you bend your knees slightly, you go up on the balls of your feet, and you bounce. And you do that for count of 20, 30, however long it feels comfortable. And then you stop, put your feet down, and you go up on the balls of your feet again, and you bounce. And these are to firm thigh, buttock, back of leg, and even stomach. And while you're doing this, be sure to tuck your butt under, scrunch it, hold it tight, so that you're taking the brunt off your back, and you're getting those core stomach muscles at work. So that's one. And then the other one is, again, on the balls of your feet. Bend your knees slightly, and then kick your leg out to the side and back. Side, back. And you can do it to the count of 20, or whatever's comfortable. Then your left leg, and then take a break. And do like 3 repetitions, 3 sets of that. And the other one is sort of running in place. So you're holding on, and you don't even need to be on the balls of your feet for that one, but you can just, scrunch your butt real tight, tuck your butt, and then just run in place. And these are just really great core for the thigh, the buttock, the stomach, and they work. I mean, I'm really starting to see a little change. And then I do some plank, although I hurt my shoulder, so I've got to really be careful about that. So I modified. At this age, we are not as resilient as we were when we were younger. So, for physically anyway, so you really have to be careful so that you don't injure yourself. So my shoulder's a little tender. So for plank, instead of that, I'm putting my knees down and having those support me, and then I'm doing push-ups, instead of plank push-up, which is really much harder. But they all do the same thing. They do the core, the stomach, the arms, the buttock. It's like an all-around exercise. So that's resilience in the body. So I want to switch a little bit and talk about resilience in, emotionally, spiritually. So we have mind, we're going to talk about body, we talked about, and soul. I kind of went a little out of order. But so for the mind, of course, this pandemic has really taken its toll on a lot of us. It's going on for a really long time, with kind of like no end in sight. I mean, I kind of feel like this is, for lack of a better term, the new normal, in that we have to wear a mask, we have to stay 6 feet back. I just want to say one thing, though. I have been to the beach, and as you can see, I'm getting tan, and I love the beach so much. So, people really are complying. They're really doing the right thing. The beaches are 50% capacity, so they're not that crowded. And, we've just had some really incredible beach days. And if it does get crowded, then just, move away. I mean, I'm really doing everything by the book. I'm really being safe. As safe as I can be, washing down things with Lysol wipes, and always washing my hands. I don't touch my face after I've been out, really limiting being out. So resilience in the mind. So we have to kind of prepare ourselves when we go out, right? You have to put that mask on. You gotta wait online to get into stores, the food store. It's the only store I go to. So, I've been amazed at how resilient we really have been through this. Because every day it's something new, whether it's cases are going down, then they're spiking again, then this whole information about masks has, they're really driving it home. I don't know what is so difficult about people understanding that, but I get it. I hope you get it. So being resilient, even while you're waiting on the line to go into the store, if you find yourself getting tense, or you're gonna, you're getting frustrated, you're getting impatient, count to 5 and then go to fresh. Start over in your mind so that you can keep that resilience up for any moment, for anything at any time. There might be somebody irritable online. Maybe somebody doesn't have their mask. Maybe they're standing too close. Keeping your mind in check, that at any moment you can just regroup, calm down, be resilient, go with the flow. Some days are harder than others, I think we're all having good days, bad days. Hopefully, most of the days are good. Hopefully your mood and your ability to be resilient has been consistent. So that's, and you can always shift that. like I said, that count to 5. Like, oh, no, let me get angry. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Even a few deep breaths. You can breathe in, count to 5. Hold it, count to 5. Let it out, count to 5. That calms your nervous system. That's a real yoga thing. That's really incredible. So resilience with your mind. The body, like we said, we've got to keep moving. It's very easy to gain weight during this time. I went up about 5 pounds, but I was like, oh, no. Got to put a stop on that. So I have. So now I'm going down, which is great. Haven't gone up any sizes or anything, but, just noticed a little thickness in the middle. No. I want to always try and really look my best. So in the soul, with COVID-19, and then, of course, we had the murder of George Floyd. We all are still reeling from that. The protesting, the riots, the destruction, the defunding of the New York City police and other cities, and now a spike in gun violence has been really, really, really devastating. I will not get political here, but I don't agree with the defunding. I do agree with reform. I mean, absolutely. We can change things up. We can always learn to do things better. Absolutely. But I'm very sad to see this spike, and I hope it stops. So our soul needs to be resilient. Whether you pray, or you meditate, or you do yoga, or you walk. I took so many walks through spring to see all the flowers blooming. I have a beautiful garden that keeps me centered, and talk about resilience. We've had some heavy rain, and I'll go out and my flowers are like, meow. They're all kind of drooped. But then the sun comes out and they perk up, or they need watering, and I water them, and then they perk up. That's being incredibly resilient. And that's what nature does. Nature is remarkably resilient. And we can really learn from nature and learn so many things about life. Timing, flowers, perennials anyway, which my garden is all perennial. They come back every year. They're coming back bigger, fuller. I feed them, I water them, they get great sun. They're in a perfect spot. And I have about 15 different perennials in my garden. And it's almost, it's a gradual garden. So things started blooming in the end of April, early May, and then, early June, and then mid-June, and now July, my phlox are blooming. The roses bloom and then they die off, and now they're re-blooming. I got some aphids on my rose bushes. Oh, these little bugs that really eat away at the leaves. But soap and water, or a little bit of rubbing alcohol in water, and you spray it on the leaves, and they're looking better. They're growing back. So that's resilience. That's incredible resilience. So now I've got a vine that is growing around the rose bush. I have no idea where it came from. It is attaching itself to a trellis that I have behind my rose bush. It's the most incredible thing. It's almost like instinct that this new vine has. And it's resilient in that it attaches itself to this piece of metal. It knows how to do that and wrap itself around. I mean, it's just incredible. If you just observe nature and really pay attention to its, and having a garden, you can really do that up close and personal. It's really wonderful. And you can learn so much from watching a garden. So resilience. What does that mean to you? Do you feel that you really understand it? Are you practicing it? I'm going to be going back to work probably in August. I'm not really sure when, but um, talk about resilience. I mean, we're going back to a whole new paradigm. It's going to probably look different, feel different. We're going to act different because we can't socialize as much. We're going to have face coverings. I'm trying to think about some coverings I want to make. Talking on the phone when you have this mask on, and I sit at a reception desk, so I have to see people all the time. And although I don't think the campus will be nearly as crowded, I mean, it's going to be very different. But it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to something different. And I will have to be resilient enough to step into that new situation. So, give that some thought. What does resilience mean to you? Are you resisting all of the changes that are coming at us moment by moment, day by day, hour by hour? There's no stopping it. So we have to keep moving forward into it. We have to be resilient to adapt. And the human condition is remarkably resilient. It is, I think we're proving to ourselves that we can get used to almost anything. I hope it doesn't get much worse. I think we've all had quite a bit to deal with. But the most important thing is staying present. I talk about that all the time. Stay present, focus on the moment. And again, if you are slipping away from that, take a few breaths, a few inhales, and come back to fresh from the start, and then resume. And then that resilience technique or ability will kick in a lot easier. And I think coming from a big family, I learned resilience early on, and I can't sit still, so I'm a big goal setter, and I like to achieve new things and learn new things. And I am reading something. Hold on, I have to get it. I'm reading the Constitution, yes, and the Declaration of Independence. And talk about resilient. Our founding fathers had to be incredibly resilient. And all the people that were involved in forming this country, and the labor, and all of the changes that took place for our founding fathers to create, this Constitution. We can't change it, but we can amend it. We can add new things to it. We can't rewrite history, but we can modify it. We can add. Let's stay open-minded. Let's honor the people who fought to form this great country, who were remarkably resilient out in combat, in terrible conditions, in tremendous fear and unknown, but they were resilient to keep going, to form this great, great nation. This is a great nation. I love America. I am a patriot, and nothing will tarnish how I feel about my country. Of course, reform. That's what we do, right? We look at things, we observe. I'm doing a lot of observing. And then we go to the table, and we talk, and we negotiate, and we amend, we reform. So let's stay hopeful, keep hope alive, Jesse Jackson. Let's honor Dr. Martin Luther King and his remarkable resilience. Let's honor our forefathers and their spectacular resilience. We all have it in us to be resilient, to accept change, to stay in the moment, to be open-minded to other ways of thinking, to sit still so that those things can come to us and we can process them. So stay safe, stay healthy, wear your mask, and stay resilient. And I will see you next month. If not before, I might put up a little video now and then. Sending love. I'll see you soon. Have a great month of July.